Welcome back to Dr. Thinkenshine's neighborhood. It's Judy Love Bowman, aka Dr. Thinkenshine. Welcome back to your premier channel for parents, teachers, grandparents, those who want the very, very best for our children. Welcome back. And this is a channel where we integrate faith with current events, faith with reality. So, thank you. If you're new to the channel, we appreciate every subscription, every like, every comment. So, thank you. If you or someone in your household is celebrating a birthday, happy birthday from Dr. Thinkenshine and friends. And you can read our birthday DJ book for someone in your life who's having a birthday. The Birthday DJ is one of the 20 books in the Dr. Thinkenshine series. We have two series, the Dr. Thinkenshine series and the Dr. Thinkenshine Goes to School series. So, today we're going to put on our Governess Goggles and take a look at two entrepreneurs from the Belle Collective, Antoinette and Latrice. And the Governess Goggles is just a segment where I put on my social scientist hat. And there's no judgment. We're just looking and learning and making observations. So, let's take a look at Latrice first. First, I thought it was very nice of Latrice to plant trees in honor of her two deceased brothers, Chip and Goat. One was murdered and one died in a car accident. Two other brothers were there. Derek, who was in prison since she was 9 years old for murdering a man who threatened her family. And the other one, Frederick, also, I think they call him Hexaw. They were there. Beautiful, beautiful family gathering, and they were all in white because it wasn't a sad occasion. They were planting trees in memory of the brother. I just thought it was so nice. Good TV to see such a close-knit family. Thank you, OWN Network. Good TV. Latrice, who owns beauty supply, hair extensions, goddess links, and she's starting a beauty supply business as well. Good job. She was unable to make it to Letitia's second brunch, so they met afterwards. And Latrice is very supportive. She wants to share her knowledge. Latrice says, she tells Marie, Letitia tells Latrice that Marie is investing in the Ferris Street project. See, so since Latrice couldn't make it to the brunch, Marie is, Letitia's just filling her in, and she tells her that Marie is investing. Because remember, Marie and Essie said that they would invest in the Ferris Street project. They might even be the initial investors, I'm not sure. And then Latrice tells Letitia, Marie is mean. She may be the reason I don't invest. But let me just say this, hurting people hurt people. Someone said that, I didn't make it up, of course. But I know Marie is going through helping. She says she financially takes care of all 4 of her children, all 3 of Jerez's children who are under the age of 1, and all 3 of the baby's mamas, to use her words. And then her husband's kind of in and out, not coming home, not living with her consistently. On top of that, she has lupus and has to take 12 pills a day. On top of that, she's running a multi-million-dollar business. So, hurting people hurt people. It's not that she's mean. I don't think. I can't judge anyone. But anyway, Latrice thought, so that's how that went. She wants to support Letitia's vision, but she's having some concerns about Marie being an investor and having to probably work with her. So we'll keep that in prayer and see how that goes and pray for God's best that they can get along and support Letitia's vision collectively. Then later, Latrice thought her husband forgot their anniversary. She got upset because he gave her a rose and then a thing of flour because she said, see, you forgot. And she calls him Zaddy. And she says she has challenges because her father was taken away from her young, or wasn't in her life, and all the men in her life had been taken from her. But her husband gave her some flowers. They had a dinner. Then he surprised her with a nice watch. And she thanked her husband for being in her life. And She said every man in her life has been taken from her. She feels abandonment. And she said she relates everything back to her dad as the first man in her life. And so anyway, they got into it at the dinner about him talking about other women or something she brought up. So her husband just drove off in the golf cart at the dinner, just ruined it. The whole dinner was ruined. And then so later on in the episode, Latrice went on and planned a special dinner to kind of make up for the ruined anniversary dinner. And when Cliff came in the house, the lady said, just follow the rose petals. And they were both beautiful. I mean, couples, you get upset with yourself, so you know you're going to get upset with other people. And I just pray for them, and I know they'll make it. They'll do great. Yeah, so that's Latrice, one of the entrepreneurs. Another entrepreneur is Antoinette. She and Letitia visited the Civil Rights Museum, and Antoinette said their struggle was different than our struggle, but why hasn't the struggle ended? She said, I've been called the N-word while driving, and my husband was white, and that is part of an interracial marriage in Mississippi. She said one of the things that drove them apart was having children. She had deep concerns about raising biracial children in the South. And in the museum in the background, they showed pictures of the slave ship in 1619. And in 1800, they showed pictures of lynching. 2020, the Confederate flag just came down in Mississippi. And my son and I lived in Mississippi during slavery because apparently the amendment to abolish slavery was not ratified in Mississippi until 2013. And I think we were living in Mississippi until 2008. So apparently we were slaves, legally. Have mercy, Jesus. Letitia said, as they walked through the museum, so many emotions as a black woman. I just keep asking myself, why me? Why us? Just for being black? How can you hate us when we are the most beautiful culture? Antoinette said Mississippi holds these traditions, which is passed down racism. And then when Letitia looked at the picture of the lynching, she said it's happening today. Have mercy, Jesus. And a lot of it we wouldn't even know about without these cell phone cameras and these, because everybody's a reporter now with the iPhones. You just take a picture, everybody's reporting it now. We used to only get our news from the bona fide news outlets. Now everyone's a news reporter. Antoinette said their story is your story, and what they experienced, you experienced. All we ever did was be black. I am filled with incredible pride on the inside and rage because how dare you treat us this way? We were different than you, but never deserved that. We should have never experienced that, period. Letitia said this is inspirational and powerful. Antoinette told Letitia regarding her Ferris Street project, I am here if you need me. And their meeting at the museum reminded me that we all have a shared calling. And Antoinette said that I may not like Letitia's brunches, but I respect what she does at the end of the day. And she said, Antoinette said, I didn't know Letitia's vision was bigger than those brunches. So whatever petty disagreements we have, I'm so proud of her. See, don't be distracted. See, the devil has two main goals. One is to keep us from being saved and accepting Christ. The second main goal is to keep us distracted from our vision. See, God has a great plan for each of us, and the enemy wants to distract us from that vision. So we can't get distracted by trivial pursuits and petty disputes. Later, Antoinette meets with Kaylin at her dental practice, and they discuss her confrontation with Marie at the brunch. Kaylin said, we white people don't talk about blacks like that. Antoinette said, our country is in a weird place. You're a white woman in a room full of black female entrepreneurs, because Kaylin was the only white woman at the second brunch. She said, listening to women of color is important. You were doing that. I'm glad you had the opportunity. That's where growth happens. Antoinette gave Kaylin a tour of her dental practice in preparation for her sip and see. Congratulations, Kaylin. Congratulations, Antoinette. Antoinette had a vision. She had a plan. She's the crow with all her ducks in a row. She lined it up. She said that she drew her practice on a napkin. When she got frustrated for working for someone else, she drew her practice on a napkin. So she plans to practice dentistry in the main space, and then she has a yoga room for the weekend. That reminds me of Fred. Let me call Fred. Plan ahead, Fred. She wrote it on a napkin. She's planning ahead. Plan ahead, Fred. All right now, Antoinette. You doing it. These are some little books from the Dr. Thinkenshine series. The Dr. Thinkenshine Goes to School series and the Dr. Thinkenshine series. And we have some read-alongs. So this channel is for adults. But if you have a child, you want to read some of these books, of course, you can order them from Amazon. But you can go on over to our children's channel, Dr. Thinkenshine Goes to School, right here on YouTube, and we read along many of these books. Antoinette, so that was really good. I'm so excited. So that's where growth happens, and I'm just proud of her vision. Kaylin is inspired by Antoinette. Antoinette says she tells the kids that she is the tooth fairy. I like that. And the kids are like, okay, you can do what you want. I thought that was so cute. I've never heard that. She wants to encourage and support other black doctors. Now, I thought this was nice. She had a forum to try to encourage and support other black doctors. And Kaylin, who's a nurse practitioner, attended this. She was the only white one in the room. But Antoinette said she invited her so that Kaylin can see what professional blacks look like without feeling attacked, like Marie attacked her at the brunch. So she held this forum for doctors, and she wants to bring on new doctors in her practice. She said whether it's a partnership or shadowing, and that's one good thing that Monroe on a Mission talks about, trying to get into college. You can shadow people or do internships. Monroe on a Mission, trying to get into college and just trying to excel in life. Shadowing someone, they might not get paid, but at least you can see what dentists do. You can spend a week, 3 days out of a week in the summer, shadowing what dentists do. Our son shadowed a podiatrist one time. The teacher said, well, he's good in math and science. Maybe he could be a doctor. Shadow a doctor so you can see what doctors do. Shadow a dentist so you can see what dentists do. I used to shadow a lawyer. I even helped her hang up sheetrock and hang up her sign in the front, wrote checks for her, answered the phone for her to see what lawyers do. Antoinette also said that she wants to pay the DATs for interested students at all 3 historically black colleges in Mississippi. The DAT dental admissions test, she wants to pay the fee for them to take the test. And that's awesome, because some admissions, some college admissions and grad school admissions will waive the admissions fee, but I've never heard of anyone waiving the fee to take a test. So I think that's remarkable. One doctor at her forum said when he first saw a black doctor, he started asking the doctor questions and he became interested. Just like this robe. This is a Harvard Crimson. When I saw Dr. Harvey, when I was a freshman at Hampton University, and I saw Dr. Harvey at convocation with a Harvard Crimson robe, I said, I want to know how he got that robe. So he earned a doctorate in education from Harvard. And then I figured out what I needed to do to get there, but I had to see it. And that's what I like about this doctor's forum, that the children can see it. And this television show is great because they can see it on television. Thank you, Own. Thank you, Antoinette. And thank you, Latrice, for showing us what an entrepreneur looks like, a black female entrepreneur looks like. Thank you, Jesus. And Antoinette said a huge part of my practice is showing that representation matters. The group has a lot of wisdom. That was a great forum. I hope you'll continue that. And she's paying it forward. Antoinette had then later on, Antoinette had a rededication of her home, and she blessed her home with sage and had champagne and had fun, because you got to have that work-play balance. You can't just work all the time. So I think that's great. We can learn a lot from these entrepreneurs, and I'm just so thankful they shared with us. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give us a stinking thumbs down. Again, we appreciate every like, every subscription, every share. And the people on these reality shows have to be very brave to be on them. So be polite in your comments, but share and make your comments, and we appreciate you. Until next time, the Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you, be gracious unto you, and give you peace, power, and love. More love. Boost. And I'd rather read. I'd rather be a nerd. I feel like Zuckerberg. Peach power. Power to the peaches. Keep up the great work, entrepreneurs. Keep up the great work, Latrice and Antoinette. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.